Imagine this. You've managed your life, your career, and your family for years. You've always been a little forgetful, sometimes scattered, but you made it work. Then, in your 40s or 50s, it feels like your brain has suddenly betrayed you. You can't focus. Your memory slips. Your emotions swing from frustration to anxiety. You're asking yourself, is this just menopause? Or something more? For many women, the answer is both. Menopause and ADHD, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, collide in ways that few doctors and even fewer patients truly understand. While ADHD is often associated with childhood boys, millions of women live undiagnosed or misdiagnosed, only to discover during menopause that their challenges have a name. Today, we're going to dive deep into the intersection of ADHD and menopause, a topic that sits at the crossroads of hormones, brain chemistry, and identity, and yet remains shockingly under-discussed. 1. Why ADHD in women often goes undiagnosed. ADHD has long carried stereotypes, restless little boys bouncing in classrooms. But in women, ADHD often looks very different: chronic disorganization, forgetfulness about appointments or bills, constant mental chatter, anxiety or perfectionism, emotional overwhelm, especially in relationships. Because many women compensate with routines, hard work, or masking behaviors, their ADHD often hides in plain sight. Some only discover it decades later, often triggered by hormonal shifts during perimenopause or menopause. 2. The role of hormones in ADHD. Hormones, especially estrogen, play a crucial role in brain chemistry. Estrogen influences dopamine and serotonin, the very neurotransmitters that regulate focus, mood, and impulse control. In women with ADHD, dopamine signaling is already less efficient. During perimenopause and menopause, estrogen levels drop significantly. The result? ADHD symptoms can intensify dramatically. This means that what once felt manageable, misplacing your keys, procrastinating on work, suddenly snowballs into missed deadlines, forgotten medications, or emotional burnout. 3. The double burden. Menopause symptoms. Overlap with ADHD. Here's where things get tricky. Menopause symptoms often mirror ADHD symptoms. For example, brain fog, difficulty focusing, ADHD-like. Sleep disruption, fatigue and forgetfulness, worsens ADHD. Mood swings, emotional dysregulation, common in ADHD. For a woman entering her late 40s, it's easy for both doctors and patients to attribute everything to just menopause. But if ADHD is part of the picture, treating only the hormonal side leaves half the problem unsolved. 4. The emotional toll. ADHD and menopause together don't just affect memory or focus, they affect identity and confidence. Many women report feeling like they've lost themselves, shame over suddenly struggling with tasks they once handled, anxiety or depression due to chronic overwhelm, guilt from strained relationships or reduced work performance. This emotional storm is worsened by societal silence. Menopause is still taboo in many circles. ADHD in women is barely acknowledged. Combined, it's a recipe for women feeling invisible and unsupported. 5. Diagnosis. Connecting the dots. Late in life. An increasing number of women are being diagnosed with ADHD in their 40s, 50s, or even 60s. For many, menopause acts as a catalyst for finally seeking answers. Clues that ADHD may be part of the menopause puzzle include lifelong struggles with focus or organization, report cards as a child that mentioned daydreaming or not applying herself, patterns of starting but not finishing projects, emotional sensitivity or impulsivity dating back years. A late diagnosis can feel both liberating, so it wasn't laziness after all, and overwhelming, why didn't anyone tell me sooner? 6. Treatment and coping strategies. The good news, recognizing the overlap means solutions exist. Medical approaches, ADHD medications, stimulants or non-stimulants can improve focus and executive function. Hormone replacement therapy, HRT, helps stabilize estrogen levels, indirectly supporting brain chemistry. Sleep and mood management, targeting insomnia or anxiety often reduces ADHD flare-ups. lifestyle approaches, structured routines. External systems compensate for executive dysfunction. Mindfulness and CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy, builds emotional resilience and coping strategies. Nutrition and exercise, regular movement and balanced diets boost dopamine and serotonin naturally. Technology hacks, apps, reminders, and alarms can externalize memory. Community and support, online ADHD support groups for women. Menopause circles that validate the hormonal journey. Therapists who specialize in neurodivergence and midlife transitions. 7. The bigger picture. Why awareness matters. This isn't just a personal health issue, it's a public health and equality issue. Women are underdiagnosed, undertreated, and often blamed for struggles that are biological, not moral. Raising awareness about ADHD and menopause means more women get timely diagnoses. Healthcare providers learn to see beyond stereotypes. Families, partners, and workplaces better understand and support women in transition. The intersection of ADHD and menopause is a powerful reminder that healthcare must adapt to women's realities, not the other way around. Conclusion: rewriting the narrative. ADHD and menopause together can feel like a storm. Foggy thoughts, scattered days, roller coaster emotions. But storms also clear the air. For many women, this stage of life becomes a turning point, the moment they finally put a name to lifelong struggles and learn new ways to thrive. Menopause doesn't have to mean decline, it can mean discovery. And ADHD doesn't define weakness, it highlights resilience in the face of challenges most people can't see. The key is awareness, compassion, and action. So let me ask you, have you or someone you know struggled with brain fog or focus issues during menopause? Do you think ADHD in women is still overlooked by doctors? Share your story in the comments. I'd love to hear your experiences and insights. And if this video gave you clarity, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Because the more we talk about ADHD and menopause, the more women can find answers instead of confusion. Together, we can change the conversation from silent struggle to empowered solutions.